50th anniversary, 50 years ago, which took place in Cross Maidan, Hare Krishna Festival, Bombay. So we had been talking about this for some time now, in Hindi and sometimes a little bit in English. So, Hari. So one day, there was an announcement during that festival that Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada is scheduled to travel to Russia, Moscow. And when the large audience heard this announcement, there were 10,000-20,000 Indians in the audience. And what did they just hear? Indian Swami, Bhaktivedanta Swami from India, he will travel to Russia, the communist Russia, to spread the message of Hinduism. Probably they thought he's going to spread Hinduism. So this was amazing news, and of course was most welcomed, and there was a big applause. And I was there in the audience also. So Srila Prabhupada, he had already come to India, and he was in Bombay now with his American disciples and European disciples, but he did not have Russian disciples yet. So he was thinking to go to more and more countries, and he was going to make his next destination Russia, the Moscow. So this way, Srila Prabhupada was thinking of that Prithviti Achajata Nagar Adigram Sarvatra Prachar Hoibe Moranam. My name is or will be chanted in every town, every village, all over the planet. So Srila Prabhupada had made that prediction. I better go there. And he was making plans. Hari. And I'm thinking that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made prediction that the holy name, that is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, will reach every town, every village, all over the world. So what does that mean? Or to Srila Prabhupada, he must have taken that as that not only holy name is going to reach, of course holy name will reach, but so many things will have to happen before the holy name reaches that town, that village, and so many more things will continue to take place or happen in those villages and towns. And that is Krishna consciousness, the whole package of Krishna consciousness. as people, books are also going to be reaching those places. Or preachers are going to reach those places, or the books are going to reach. The books are necessary. The philosophical basis of Krishna consciousness has to be there. So Srila Prabhupada has this plan. In fact, this is a family business, we call it, printing books. And that was instruction of his spiritual master also. If you ever get money, print books. So he was not getting much money in India, so he was printing something. But as he was in the West now, and more money was coming, and he was investing that in printing books. He had some followers by now, and he was getting them to distribute books was his instruction. So those villages and towns will have books. Well, those who chant Hare Krishna, then they will have to like that whole thing. They will be initiated, right? So there are going to be gurus also, of course, beginning with Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya. Okay, maybe we could just talk of Prabhupada days and Prabhupada as Jagat Guru. So he was also going to reach many countries, towns, villages, and he's going to give the holy name. Of course. Yeah, there are so many ways the holy name is also going to be reaching those towns and villages. Even George Harrison, he gets the credit for spreading the holy name of the Lord. You have heard of George Harrison? Yeah, very famous singer, Beatles, I don't know, from England, and he was Srila Prabhupada's follower, and he had a huge following globally. He had fans and followers everywhere. So he recorded gramophone recorded Hare Krishna Mahamantra singing, and so that recording was distributed, sold album of the time. So that recording, that gramophone recording, his master's voice, his master's voice those days, had reached so many places. And even before Hare Krishna, devotees would go to different towns and villages, or Prabhupada would go. The holy name had already become popular, had already become known everywhere, all over. So holy name was also anxious. Hari. Holy name is the Lord, right? Holy name is the Lord. And holy name himself was making his way to those towns and villages. The holy name himself was spreading. Well, maybe George Harrison is becoming instrument here, nimitta matram, who is a follower of Srila Prabhupada. Anyway, so as the holy name spreads, then those places, there are going to be temples also, the followers, congregation, and then temples are going to be essential. So temples are also going to be established. Radha Krishna temples, Jai Jagannath, Gauranga. These temples also are going to be reaching every town and every village, right? Not just the holy name. Hari Hari. And as people are going to be chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, then they are going to be spiritually strong, and then they will be able to resist the temptations of Maya. Oh, you have me this, you eat this, you drink this, you embrace this, but it's all illusory. So those who would be chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, they will get the bhakti, shakti, the strength to kick in the face of Maya, kick that meat eating and intoxication and illicit sex and gambling. They will be able to follow these 4 regulatory principles. So that is also going to happen, right? As holy name spreads, and the books are there, holy name spreads, the temples are going to be built and established, and Srila Prabhupada was doing this by himself. Well, with the Lord in his heart, or he would always say, Prabhupada would say, I always feel that my spiritual master is next to me. So Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is watching, is giving inspiration. The Lord in the heart is there, Gauranga is there, and other than, acharyas in parampara, and the Lord, otherwise there was no one around that was competent and was willing to cooperate. That's why we say single-handedly. Prabhupada started and spread Krishna consciousness movement single-handedly. India government was not assisting, Gaudiya Math members were not coming forward to assist Prabhupada. So he was practically by himself with his the new followers. Wherever he went, the locals were there, Americans were there, Europeans were there, Africans were there, Russians were there. And as Prabhupada had gone to Russia, Moscow, he had come across one young man, and Srila Prabhupada was preaching. He spent a lot of his time talking to one young man. Besides few other programs he conducted, and he had a talk with Kotasky, the professor of the Moscow University. And Srila Prabhupada talking to this one young Russian. he initiated him, kind of gave him a crash course and gave him name also. Your name is Ananta Shanti Das. His name was Ananta Shanti. So Ananta Shanti became Srila Prabhupada's first and only Russian disciple. And then, so he assisted and he propagated Krishna consciousness all over Russia, and then more devotees joined gradually. In Russia, in Ukraine, Arjun joined him like that. And what, Ojaswini joined, and Madhva Nandini joined, and anyway, this is a new generation. Nandini joined. So, Hari. So, and then Srila Prabhupada was starting Gurukul schools. So like that, everything was getting unfolded. Things were unfolding. And there was a more and more manifestation of Krishna consciousness, of the items, of the projects or initiatives that will spread, propagate Krishna consciousness, propagate further, propagate the holy name of the Lord. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada started Gurukul schools, he starts. Okay, there has to be Goshalas also. What is Krishna consciousness without cow protection? Goshalas. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So that meant the whole Varnashram development has to take place. Varnashram, Varnas and ashrams. So Srila Prabhupada started farm communities. Okay, he was in New York, and then he was everywhere. He was in San Francisco, and he goes to Montreal. He sends his team to England. He sends his team to Africa. He also goes to South Africa himself, East Africa, here, there. Of course, he's going all over. He had no money when he wanted to go to the West. He could not afford the airfare. It was too costly. So he had taken that cargo boat. And Srila Prabhupada took a flight he was in New York for 1 year, and then he flew to San Francisco in 1966, and that was never flown before. But once he flew from New York to San Francisco, then he became a global trotter, as they say, and he was going around the world, flying and landing and taking off, and he became known as Jet Age Parivrajacharya. Jet Age Parivrajacharya. And so Krishna was sending Yoga Krem Avahamyam. Whatever Prabhupada was lacking, Krishna was providing. Initially there were no funds. As Prabhupada had arrived in in New York, he had only 40 rupees, not even $40. He had $8, 40 rupees. But then by 77, by the time he, departed, he had a 4,000 crore, something like that, dollar property. And of course he never thought that as his property, Krishna's property. Or Krishna, Lord provided all the funds and all the facilities. He was sending manpower and money to spread Krishna consciousness everywhere. So there were farm communities, and then festivals were getting celebrated. Janmashtami and even Radhastami. This was happening all over. Ratha Yatra festival, Prabhupada gave, and which has became popular. Festival of chariots. And he started prasad distribution, food for life. So within a very short span of his remaining life, Prabhupada he arrives in 75, middle of 75, not 75, 65, and he departs in 77. So he had only 10, 12 years. And he does all this full manifestation of the Krishna consciousness or Krishna conscious movement within this short time. So, and this is, we should be realizing that statement of Bhagavad Gita, yatra yogeshwaraha krishno yatra partho dhanurdharaha tatra sri vijayo bhutir nitir mati dhruva nitir matir mama. The very last verse of Bhagavad Gita, 700th sloka of Bhagavad Gita. Wherever there is Krishna, Gauranga, and Srila Prabhupada. This was a team, right? It was the Guru and Gauranga. Guru Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya, and Gauranga, Krishna or Krishna Chaitanya. There you see, what do you see? You see Tatra Sri, you will see opulence there. Opulence, maybe of different kind. People don't realize the spiritual opulence. What is spiritual opulence? Tatra Sri Vijayo. So wherever there is a team, Guru Gauranga team, like Krishna Arjuna, Prabhupada, Gauranga, Tatra Sri Vijayo, victory is guaranteed. Srila Prabhupada became victorious. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Also we must admit, Srila Prabhupada proved this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's statement from Sikshastak, Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, victory to the Sankirtan movement. So Srila Prabhupada's Sankirtan movement became victorious. Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir, and extraordinary exhibition of the power and all the principles of morality are followed. All immorality eradicated and principles of ethics and morality established. So we see all this happening. In Srila Prabhupada's International Society for Krishna Consciousness, or with Srila Prabhupada's International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and Srila Prabhupada became the cause, nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin, as Krishna wanted Arjuna to become instrument for the battling in Kurukshetra, Yasholabhasva, and become successful. You just become instrument. So likewise here, it's also, this is a worldwide battle. Preaching is fighting, right? Prabhupada always, preaching is fighting, says Prabhupada. Was as also he's known as Senapati Bhakta, commander-in-chief of Sankirtan army, and he had boarded the boat, and he had made New York the destination, New York the capital of the Kali Yug's capital, and Prabhupada had arrived there with the weapons, the time bombs, his books, and the holy name. He was going to shower the bombs of the holy name, and gulab jamun bullets he was going to feed those who are fed gulab jamuns. Maya is over. You could overcome Maya by eating, gobbling up these gulab jamuns, which are bullets of ISKCON bullets. Anyway, so Prabhupada Krishna Gauranga Mahaprabhu made Srila Prabhupada instrument, nimitta matram bhava. Bhakti Vedant Swami, nimitta matram bhava. So this is what, of course, as Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur had instructed Abhay Babu of those days in 1922 at Ulta Danga place in Kolkata. Something similar. On behalf of Gauranga, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta was asking Bhakti Vedant Swami to become instrument. Nimitta matram bhava. You go to the West and preach Krishna consciousness in English language. So that instruction of Bhakti Siddhanta to Bhakti Vedant Swami, Srila Prabhupada, is similar to that instruction of Sri Krishna to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So successfully played his role as an instrument, and as a result spread all over And then, well, just to make the connection, that Prabhupada had preaching all over the world. Now he had come to his homeland, India, in 71, and now he wanted to conquer India also. And as he was holding festivals, our great fortune that Prabhupada held this festival at Cross Maidan 71, and again we'll have to admit by Gauranga's grace, Brahmanda Brahmite Kon Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij, 10,000-20,000 people were, or sometimes 30,000 people were brought in contact with Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, they had opportunity to meet, hear, see Prabhupada and his followers, and I was one of those fortunate souls. And I must also say that Radhanath Maharaj was another one. The two of us received kind of benediction of Srila Prabhupada instantly, and we became his followers and eventually his disciples. So, thank you, Srila Prabhupada. We are eternally indebted to you. For accepting us.